What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the homestead. Welcome back. Glad y'all joined me for another Fired Up Friday. And again, I'm fired up about it. Glad to see y'all again. Glad to see y'all. Today, I had to bring out the old cowboy hat because we're going to do a little chili today. But we're not going to do your average chili. We're going to do a mesquite deer over the top chili today. Yes, sir. It gets its name because you cook all of the meat over the top of the chili and let all of those juices and drippings just drip down into the chili while it smokes and on that mesquite wood. And then once it all gets done, you dice it all up, mix it into the chili, and just let that chili smoke with that mesquite in that old smoker. And ooh boy, it sure is good. It's actually a real easy recipe. There's many different ways that you can do it, but I have found one of the easiest ways to do it is with that Bear Creek darn good chili. I get this at my local Rural King. It is one of my son's and myself's favorite chili. All you got to do is add 7 cups of water, bring it to a boil, and add a can of tomato paste and whatever type of meat that you want to put in it. But that ain't how we do it here at the homestead on Over the Top Friday. I always got to add a little something extra, you know. So I like to put a couple more of these old red kidney beans in it. I also like the little heat. If you know anything about this channel, I like the heat. Now you don't have to put nothing in there that's gonna spice it up, but me, I always do. And I put these fire roasted up diced tomatoes in there with a couple of cans of tomato paste. And I'll tell you what, it is a fine chili. I love it. But overall, it's a pretty easy one. You can use really any type of meat that you want. I've even used chicken to make this before, grilled chicken. I mean, it is great. But this week, I have some deer sausage here that I processed last year in a 2-pound bag. So we're going to use 2 pounds of ground deer sausage. Now, I don't need to season this at all because I season it whenever I process the deer. So that's all good to go. Just to add a little bit of that heat, a little more of that heat for me. We're also going to use some of this Nettles hot smoked link sausage. We're going to cook all of this over the top of the chili. And just because everything is better with bacon, come on now, you know everything's better with bacon. We're going to use some of this Applewood smoked bacon. Some of that Jimmy Dean's. We're actually going to cook every bit of this over the top of the chili, which I'll show you here in a little while. And just let all of those drippings just drip down in there while it all cooks. And you don't lose no flavor with this. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's not the healthiest meal in the world, for sure. But I tell you what, it is great on a cold day, which we don't have here in Florida right now. But my son and my nephew are on their way over today. We're gonna keep working on that goat fence that we got in the other day, trying to get ready for these goats to show up. And my son asked me for a hearty meal. He said we're gonna need it after this. So he loves this chili and I love it too, and even though it's about 85 degrees, we're still gonna make it. And I want you to stick around to the end of the video too, because we probably eat it a little different than does make it good. Me and my son both enjoy it quite a bit, and I can't wait to share it with you guys, and maybe it'll become one of y'all's new favorites. Another thing I'd like to talk to you about today is last week's Fired Up Friday, the apple infused apple smoked organic chicken tacos. Boy, I tell you what, they caught fire today, and I believe that they already caught the week prior's video as far as views. I think we're up to about 220, 235 with a couple of comments. And I can't be more excited about it. I think people are really enjoying the cooking on this channel, and I enjoy doing it, and I'll enjoy eating as well. So I just want to say thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for liking and viewing the videos. And please, let's keep it up. For all of you new viewers, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you like the video and share it on your social media. It does a ton for this channel, and me and Poppy sure do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get this going and start preparing this meal. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get this deer sausage out. I tell you what, this right here was a beautiful buck. A beautiful buck. Ended up making some amazing deer sausage. Amazing. Now there's a couple different ways that you could do this deer sausage here when you're cooking it on the smoker. You can flatten it out and smoke it a little bit faster, but me personally, I like to do everything low and slow. So I'm going to have the grill set at probably around 250, 300. Set it over the top, and I'm going to leave it just like that, just like it sets. Cook it kind of like a meatloaf, and just let it cook real nice and slow, and get a real good smoke flavor from that mesquite on there, and let all those drippings drip down into that chili. Same thing with the link sausage, the Netto's link sausage. Now there is something that you could do with the Netto's link sausage that Netto's and a lot of sausage, honestly, that casing, whenever you're cooking it or whatever, it has a real hard bite to it. I mean, it's tough. But one thing you can do is you can take that skin off, and it's a lot softer of a bite for you. You see that right there? If you take that casing off right there before you cook it, first of all, it'll allow it to grab a lot more of that smoke. And whenever you bite into it, it won't be so tough. You won't have to tear at it. It'll just be juicy. It'll melt in your mouth just like that sausage will. And it's not real hard to do. All you got to do is cut the top, peel it off just like that, and that's it. That'll also allow those juices out of that Netto sausage to drip down instead of getting locked into this casing right here. So let's go ahead and get both of those done. Now whenever I'm making a breakfast biscuit or something with this whole Netto sausage, a lot of times I tend to go ahead and keep that skin on there because I like it to be a little bit, have a little bit more of a bite to it. But when I'm doing something like chili, I really don't want no chewy food in there, so I typically take this on off. Like I said, it's very easy. It's not hard to do at all. And a lot of your sausages are that way, so if you're ever cooking some of this link sausage like that and it's got a real hard bite to it or whatever, try that one time. Try peeling that off and cooking it without it. You'd be surprised at the difference on it. And with the bacon, we're going to do bacon just like bacon. Typically, sometimes I will wrap the smoked sausage with the bacon. You don't have to, but tonight we're just going to drape it over there and just let all those juicy juices just drip right on into that chili for a while, and then at the end we'll dice it on up and mix it all together and then let it cook a little bit longer. Now if you know anything about chili, the longer you let that cook, the better it's going to be. And chili is one of those things that is perfect for leftovers. I mean, the more times you cook it, the better it gets. It is great. And as far as this Bear Creek darn good chili mix right here, all you got to do is mix 7 cups of water, get it to a boil, and put your 1 thing of paste in there and let it cook for about 25 minutes. And honestly, it's ready to go. I always cook it a lot longer, and as I said earlier, I add quite a bit of different things to it. It's really up to you. And once again, you can use any type of meat that you want. I've seen people put steak in there. One thing I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to do a pulled pork chili. I'm wanting to take me a real big nice pork butt, smoke it down in the smoker, and then shred it and then cook it in the chili right there. I think it's going to be amazing. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring you guys along with it whenever I try it. We'll try it together. I think it's going to turn out real good. I really do like just pushing the envelope and just trying all kinds of new stuff. You never know. You know you're going to fail sometimes with it, but you'll be surprised. More than not, you'll end up coming up with a creation that you'll eat the rest of your life. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that water boiling and get the beans in and the tomato paste and the sauce and the tomatoes and everything, and go ahead and get that boiling on down, and we'll get that meat on top of that chili and get it rendering down and dripping into there so we can get some good mesquite smoked over the top deer chili. Come on. Now as you can see, guys, I got my Lodge cast iron pot in the grill here. You don't have to use cast iron. You can use whatever you like, or whatever you have available. We're going to put some of those red kidney beans in there. We'll put some of our fired roasted diced tomatoes in there. Like I said, the recipe that comes on the bag doesn't call for all that, but I like to add a little bit extra for me. It gives it quite a bit more flavor. We're also going to put our tomato paste in there. Like I said earlier, guys, very easy recipe. Very easy recipe. If you got a smoker that keeps the heat like the Big Green Egg here, I mean, it's almost like a set it and forget it. You get that temperature where you want, and you can go on about your business. Every once in a while, pop it open and stir it a little bit, and that's all there is to it. It's got a bunch of dried beans and a little bit of rice and all kinds of goodness in there. Let's mix that up right there. Mix it up real good, get that tomato paste mixed in there real well. That's all she wrote right there. Now all we gotta do is get the meat on top of it. Hence the name Over the Top. Now with what you put over the top, it's really up to you, whatever you got available. You can use your grates out your stove. You can use an extra grill grate if you got it. You can really use whatever you got. I got this thing right here that I typically roast all my vegetables on my grill with so it don't fall through, and that seems to work real well. I'm going to put the sausage on there. Main thing to pay attention to with this is just making sure whatever you got dripping is going to drip into the chili. Don't let it go over the edges or anything like that. Keep everything over the center of the pot. And like I was saying earlier, we're going to throw some bacon on it. And you can wrap it with bacon and wrap the deer sausage or the sausage, any of it, with bacon. Tonight we're just going to drip it over there because it's just all about it all getting a good smoke and getting those greases in there. All those good drippings. That right there is where all your flavor is. Ooh, I'm excited about this. I know my son is too. One of his favorite meals. One of his favorite meals. I just wished it was about 30 degrees cooler. Come on. But, you know, we're rocking at 85 degrees at 5 o'clock here in Florida right now. But, you know, it's the Sunshine State. It's the Sunshine State. One good thing about living in Florida, though, is we got a little bit longer growing season than up north. And being that I've been so busy, I haven't got a chance to get those raised beds made yet. I still might make it to be able to get me a fall garden in. I sure am going to try. But right now we got those goats coming and I got to get that fence done. And that's what we're working on tonight. And that's going to be what this nice hearty meal is all about. Is being able to replenish our energy after we get wore out. Let's move this over just a little bit. Now, I don't know if you can notice, but I have my I have all my charcoal and my mesquite wood on one side, and on the other side I don't have nothing. And the reason why I did that is because we're going to be out there working today, and I want it to cook real good to start with over the coals and really get everything cooking. But once it's done and I chop everything up and mix it in the chili, I'm going to move that to the side where it ain't over on the direct heat. That way I don't have to worry about it burning, and just let it slow smoke while we're out there working. And by the time we're done, it sure is going to be good. Sure is going to be good. Let's go ahead and get this lid closed, and we'll check in on it in a little while. It's been about an hour. Let's go ahead and check on that chili and see what we're looking like. All right. That looks amazing. We are just where we need to be to go ahead and chop it up and put it inside the chili. Man, guys, this right here turned out phenomenal. So let's go ahead and get it cut up, get it put back in the chili, and then we'll put it back on there to slow cook while we finish up this fence. Alright guys, like I was saying earlier, I eat my chili a little bit different than most. So we're starting to lose some daylight. So let me go ahead and get this plated up and show y'all how I make it and give it a try. Alright, Miss Jayla, how's the chili?
Really good.
Like, come on, good?
Like, come on, good.
Come on with it. Alright, Levi, what you got? YouTube wants to know. Is it good?
I ain't talking, so it's real good.
There you go. Come on. Ansley, my man.
I'm gonna keep it real. I never eat chili, but this is pretty good. I don't even like chili like that.
But this one's some good chili?
It is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
So look.
Come on.
That's right. Alright, now that we got this chili plated up, let's go ahead and see if it tastes as good as it looks. Come on. Now that's some good chili right there. Alright guys, well the kids like the chili. I think it was a success. Ain't nothing like some over-the-top deer chili. Come on. Well, I think I'm going to sit down with the kids and enjoy the time that we have before it gets dark. And until next time, come on, let's go homesteading.